These very young,
Don't reset.
weird way to talk about it. Oh, dude, they're perfectly wide. They look edible. Look at the recommended use by date. December 1983. We're a little late, I think. I just remember the Jello, which, let's be real, that's been in the fridge long enough. It's not good. Is it happening? But I want to try another experiment. The Spanish rice, which, by the way, cost me 53 cents back in the day. This is the first thing we've seen where it's a just add water meal ready in just 12 minutes. So we'll go tasting as we make this. Fine. Yeah. And we'll flavor it. We'll seasoning packet completely cakes up and sticky, and we'll just let this go for 12 minutes. I don't think we need to open another Coca-Cola, but the bottle does look pretty cool. Let's quickly taste this peanut butter. The first part about this I noticed is there's no seal of any kind. Like someone could have just come in here and just done whatever they wanted to and close it back up. Expiration date, February 20th, 1987. That doesn't look too bad. No, it doesn't. It's still smooth. It is fine. Oh my god, that's horrible. I'm actually way more excited about this corn right here. People still seem to be obsessed with corn. And this right here is a corn that pops on the cob. Wow. Here's how you do a popping corn on the cob. Put this in the microwave. And the popping is slowed down a lot. I'm going to take it out. What in the world? 1985 corn? Still good. Our last food from the 1980s. This is when things started to get a little more expensive. $2 for potato chips? That's a big jump from where we were earlier. They don't have the bag full of different. This feels very dense at the bottom. They don't feel crispy to me. Oh, are these barbecue flavored? This is what it looks like if you make potato chips by yourself at home. They had one question when we came in. It's what? That's a crunch. They have the crunch. That's the crunch. 1990s? I'm ready if you are. Let's go. In the 1990s, snack foods dominated the supermarket, and brands ramped up using mascots and athletes to market their products. I love snacks, and we were both born in the 1990s, so this is probably the decade that I'm actually most excited to check out. First off, here's the cake mix that I brought up earlier. Do you think this has actually been a bake cake? I mean, Betty Crocker is a classic. She's a legend, but if it's any indication from the cake we made earlier, the funnel one, this is probably going to work. I just feel like after 30 plus years, it's not going to rise properly, so I don't think it's going to work, but we'll save this one for later in the video. Let's start with vegetables. So this is the ham and cheddar. Oh no, this just throws me back to being a kid. This has everything you need in one. Oh my god. This is what was so good about being a kid from the 90s. We gotta eat this. Now, unlike every other food that we got in this video, the Lunchables we bought today, since they're so incredibly perishable, this is actually fresh from the supermarket now. If I remember correctly, I was pretty good at sharing in middle school, but I am not sharing today. Let's move on to another 90s classic, Gummies. I wish this was as big a thing now as it used to be. I don't think it is. Sometimes I just freeze them. What do you do? Fold or I froze them all the time. The best. One moment does this take you back to after soccer practice. This takes me to the foot of my driveway with my brothers all whipping around on bikes. That's where this takes me. This is so good. It's awesome. Oh my god. As you can see in this decade, we have a ton of gum and candy. First off, look at how incredible this packaging on Skittles is, and look at the expiration date. January 7th, 1995. This expired before we were born. That's crazy. Oh, it's all squished together. Look at that. That's so cool. You can still see all the S's, but it's just one big giant Skittle. This right here I love. It's a little Tom and Jerry piece of bubble gum. I used to love watching Tom and Jerry. I feel like all the bubble gum, it just didn't hold together super well. But you know what's interesting about this one? It's got a tattoo inside. Wait, put it right here. While we talk about the rest of this candy, I'm going to put this tattoo right above my wrist. And while we wait, let's check out some good old nerds. You know who's a nerd? Yeah. We got Nerds Double Dip. You want to open this up? We saw a few versions of Double Bubble earlier in the video. Now they moved on to that classic yellow and red look. That's true. I noticed that. They didn't hold up too well. And these M&Ms that were actually from the 1992 Winter Olympic Games. They were the oldest M&Ms you could find, and they happen to be my favorite. Peanut. Oh, it's just dust on shells. These do not stand the test of time. Do we think the tattoo works? I have faith. Oh. We also found these gummy Lifesavers, which I really miss Lifesavers now that I think about it. So good. But no. Oh, they look like olives. Every single one is from black. They were supposed to be green, white, red. How did that happen? And this Kool-Aid slushy mix. I guess people wanted to start making slushies at home. That's the coolest I think the Kool-Aid man has ever thought. He's just looking like a stud. And now we got another bottle of Coca-Cola. The branding is updated now once again. You don't see this a lot today. This one actually expired January 1st, 2000. 2000. And this brings me to one of the most insane looking things from the 90s, which is this Orbis drink. What is that? It says it's a naturally fruit flavored beverage. It looks like a lava lamp. This smells pretty good. Do you remember these Dixie cups that you used to get? Yeah, I love those in school and at parties? Every birthday party you had to have those. This was probably one of the most iconic things from the 90s. Those are wax. No way, look at that. How incredible these are. They all have fun, different, unique designs. These are just the coolest cups ever. Good force of it. It's like the old version of Boba. Let's see. Those cool stuff. Stuck in my throat. I don't know if I love the ball floating around. Now we have all these different types of mac and cheese. We have the Christmas style, we have the Bow's Cheddar, the Ninja Turtles. These are classics. Last one purchased by July 4th, 1998. This just gets worse and worse. This box right here, we paid a lot for it. This is a Michael Jordan special edition box of Wheaties. Oh my god, that is a legend himself. I don't think we should. I think we should leave it as it is. Which brings us to two last things. This cake right here, which I am going to test and eat if it works, and be super difficult to get, canned Cheetos and Doritos, which we spent $150 on, and back in the day, they were 50 cents. They expired in January of 97 and 98. Ooh, it is scary how untouched these are. These expired in 1998. This looks the exact same to me. That's not right. Oh my gosh. How good. And look at this Dorito can. This is one of my favorite items. These are also not just nacho cheese, they're nacho cheesier. See, I almost feel bad opening these up, but I think they have less of that artificial color that Doritos do now. I'm sort of a Dorito connoisseur, and these definitely look a little more natural to me. What do you say, Dorito connoisseur? Really? I'm getting a little bit of a word out. Before we move on to the 2000s, we can't forget this vintage cake. Betty Crocker. Don't let me down. Lemon chiffon cake. Chiffon cake? How do you say it? Chiffon. Is it? I'm going to go ahead and first empty this packet into the bowl. That looks and smells not the best. 2 eggs. And we'll mix it all up. This is not looking like good mix of it. Oh, 1 1/4 cups of water. What do we put? 1/4. Oh, Nick was in charge of water. Oh, we're getting there. This is cake. Here we go. Ooh. I'll toss this in and we'll check back on this at the end of the video. Before we move on to the 2000s, we can't forget we still have this rice to taste. I hate crunchy. Sorry guys, this is bad. We finally made it to the 2000s where the internet began to start shaping food trends. For example, as people got more connected, there was a rise in popularity for international snacks such as sushi and hummus. The first ever YouTube video actually came out on April 23rd, 2005. And now, 20 years later, I'm so grateful to be able to use this same platform to share my love for food with all of you watching with us right now. Of all these foods that we have in front of us from the 2000s, the one I'm most excited to dive into is this Twinkie right here. Before I say anything, do you know what the original flavor of a Twinkie was? Let me guess. Chocolate? Banana. All right. This one is so old that the listing said it was petrified. And I don't know that there's much that we're going to be able to do with it, but I want to take a closer look once we get there. Let's do it. Push pop gummy roll? Did you ever have this as a kid? You push it and it pushes out the gummy, and then when you're ready to cut, you push all the way and you tear. And that is so cool. That is really good. This is a throwback for me. These baby bottle pops. No, I didn't really do it. Either way, you take off the tops like this, and you have this little baby bottle, and you unscrew it, and there's all this powder inside. You suck it. Dip it in here. Dip that upside down. Get all the powder on there, and then you suck it again. You like that, Nick? This reminds me of sitting on the bus, trading some kid for this. Maybe I gave him a Pokemon card, and he gave me one of these in exchange. Dunkaroos are a classic. Those are so good. Yeah, so I don't actually think my mom let me have these as a kid. So I'm just so happy now where I can freely eat something like this and she's not able to stop me. I mean, they're really good. I like it. There's a lot more candy from this time like this. A vintage little bag of Gushers here. Oh. These are so good. Look at the difference that we have in vintage foods of the color versus if you throw back to those gummy lifesavers that were just black. These are stood the test of time for over 2 decades and they look like this. Wow. Around the same time, we got colored goldfish. I remember when I saw this for the first time in the supermarket aisle. Goldfish is a delicacy. Personally, I'm more of a flavor blasted goldfish guy than anything. And I know these are 20 years old right here, but these still look like damn perfect goldfish. Oh, these are good. Next, we got this jar of Chef Boyardee beef raviolis. You call me Chef Boyardee sometimes, I feel. It was Best Buy July 13th, 2002. Oh my God. I'm going to eat it. Wait, don't count me in on that one. Go for it, man. Bad. Oh my God, why did you do that? That's really bad. To finish out the 2000s, we got this Lipton cup of soup. So it's an instant chicken noodle with white meat. A little bit of this yellow discoloring on the packaging here. Sketchy. Am I still going to do it? Knowing you, probably. That's correct. This is so nasty. Where's the white chicken? The white. Oh no. Nick, you can't do that. It's going to make you sick. Nick, don't do it, man. This is where I drop it off. To finish off the 2000s, this Twinkie here was so incredibly expensive that we're going to wear gloves to handle it. As you can see, this is an original Hostess Twinkie. I mean, some of it like, man, this one's pretty good. I should be really careful with this thing. I'm going to very carefully try to slice through this thing. It's very, very hard. It's so cool. And let's see what's on the inside. Oh, wow. It does look like a fossil, and in some ways it is. This was literally sold to me as a petrified Twinkie, which is the same term they use on plastic. Obviously, we can't eat this one, but it's really cool to see what happens to something like a Twinkie after 20 plus years. We're in the 2010s now, 90 years after when we started this video, which means we're very close to present day, where I'll reveal to all of you my favorite snacks in just a few moments. This decade right here is where you're going to start to see some of your favorite iconic snacks from today. We finished on Twinkies before, why don't we start with Twinkies now? Now that's very different. You can tell right away. You've got that light, foamy, creamy interior, but now they're flavored vanilla instead of banana like they were 10 years before. I know it's weird, I've never had a Twinkie. I mean, go ahead, try one. That's not bad. During the 2010s, we also started seeing huge trends of things like coconut water, which people went absolutely crazy for. Something everyone also went crazy for, Nutella. I mean, this is my most prized possession in the whole world, besides my family and friends, and you guys. Must be nice. And during this time, we also have tons of snack foods, which started to dominate the markets even more. We've got Cool Ranch Doritos, Takis went crazy all over the internet. We got Funyuns, which I know Nick loves. Definitely one of my personal favorites, where your breath doesn't smell too good after eating them. And we have Pringles. And right here we have sour cream and onion, my personal favorite. And to finish, these Lay's potato chips. I want to see how they crunch compared to earlier. Right off the bat, I do want to note, they don't look homemade anymore. They don't look like a real potato chip. The bag was also tougher too. The bag was way tougher, for sure. I think the bag's also less full. Oh, definitely. Look at that. They've started to try to rip you off a little bit more, but the crunch are good. We've made it to the 2020s. The present day, 100 years after where we started. And in my opinion, this decade of food has some of the most innovative and unique foods out there. In front of me are a few of our favorite snacks, and we'll start here with these flavor blasting goldfish. You know, you take those colored goldfish from 20 years ago, and you compare them to these, you're not even that. Saltier, too. In the 2020s, the food is almost packed with more flavor. There's more intention and research that goes behind what they put into certain foods to make you want to eat more. Oh, absolutely. You can see that with all these different things. In present day, we've graduated from coconut water. This right here is cacao water. It's the liquid from the fruit that makes chocolate. Oh, wow. It's one of my favorite drinks in the entire world. Have you tried it? Never. Go ahead. It tastes nothing like what I expected. It's insane. It tastes like a mango or something crazy. But this has all those same superpower nutrients that something like coconut water has. But who would have thought? And that's what I think these present day foods are all about. Then you have crazy things like these chicken chips here, which are literally chips that are made out of chicken, packed with extra protein. Can you imagine if someone threw out the idea back in 1920 to make a chip out of chicken? Oh, wow. And I would never remember. Another food that I really thought described the 2020s was this moon cheese. It's just these little freeze-dried cheese snacks. But it's just such a strange and weird thing that you wouldn't have seen. Like, these are so odd. Some clusters of cheese. Pretty good, though. We also saw an explosion of seaweed. Everyone seems to love seaweed. I love seaweed. You know, I can't say the same. Then you have something that you would have never seen in some of the decades we looked at before. There's a lot of substitutions now, but not substitutions like they were trying to do in the Great Depression where they couldn't get foods. This is a candy that's supposed to taste like regular candy, but doesn't really have any sugar. I love these. Isn't this just a perfect embodiment of present-day food? We also have these sweet potato sweets. It seems like in the 2020s, everybody wants to take food and change it to a completely different shape. Yeah, like a completely different texture, different shape. That's just the thing in the 2020s. Seems like it. And then you got these cookies, which are made with almond flour and have a bunch of protein in them. So who would have thought of that before? Those are my favorites. Almost forgot about our cake that's in the oven. Is it ready? Just about, but before that, let's just talk about the fact that this is what popcorn ended up being. You don't have to use kernels. You don't have to use colored kernels. You don't have to pop it off the cob in a bag. You just buy it. Easy as that. That's really good. And it doesn't get any easier. So I'll check our cake. Let's do it. I'll say this baked just about as well as I think a cake would bake from this time. It's like springy. This is like a volleyball. Oh my god, that looks like egg. Don't forget to subscribe because we gotta catch Gord. And make sure to comment below which decade would you like pizza. So you can turn your best friend's hanky puppy into your biggest fan. What's there? Ooh, ooh. Time that friends too. This is the #1 rated sandwich in the entire world. And we're going to compare it to this fried chicken sandwich people wait 3 hours in line for, this award-winning burger that's limited to just 12 per day, and everything in between. And we're starting in Japan to try Wagyu Katsu Sando, one of the most famous sandwiches in the entire world, with my friend Bayashi. Hi. Next time. Choose meat. They make their Wagyu Katsu Sandos out of all 4 different types of meat, but we get to choose which one we want. This is Ozaki beef ribeye, which are Wagyu dry aged, Kobe beef dry aged, and the last, Ozaki beef tenderloin. All 4 look so incredibly delicious. This one is looking good. Beautiful. Yes, Ozaki ribeye. Okay, let's go. Come to the kitchen. I cannot wait to see what the cross section of this Wagyu looks like. Wow, beautiful. That is amazing. Let us slice. He's now cutting the piece that we're going to use in the Wagyu Katsu Sando. I am so hungry right now. You'll see he's going to do this with precision. The first thing he's doing is cutting off the ribeye cap. And good chef. The last step here prepping the meat is to cut it down into a nice square shape. Because you'll see at the end with this Wagyu Katsu Sando that it's going to be a nice perfect shape. The Wagyu is ready. These are our portions of meat. Okay, next, Japanese egg. Wait, what? That's how you crack eggs? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my gosh, what did you do? That is the most vibrant egg yolk I've ever seen in my life. What an amazing, amazing color. He's going to make sure this gets an even light dusting of flour so that the egg can stick to that flour. Then into the egg, and finally into the homemade breadcrumbs. The fact that they're putting in that extra effort to make their own breadcrumbs is one of the reasons you could argue this is the best Wagyu Katsu Sando in the world. Okay, now we fry. And these are not going to fry for long. I'm so hungry. They look so perfect. It's fine. Okay? Still crispy. We've got the perfectly crispy Wagyu Katsu. We've got this beautifully toasted white bread, and of course, their secret sauce, our homemade katsu sauce. A lot of vegetable, a lot of spice, so much flavor. And then bread. Last step, trimming the side. It's common with the Wagyu Katsu Sando to clean up the edges like this. Here's a preview of what that Wagyu looks like inside. Is it okay to give my cameraman a taste? Okay, let's go. Try. He's cutting it into 4 cubes so we can share, Bash. I love how you're plating this. That's so cool. Done? Love that. Final step. Gold. Oh. Eat this! That was so much gold. Come by. I'll buy. Wow. I don't know that there's anything that can make that better. Amazing. I want to do one quick test to see if somehow my Osmo steak seasoning can make this taste better. Will you try? Yes. Just a tiny sprinkle, not too much. Wow. Good? Tasty? You want more? Oh, that's good. That's really good. If you ever need it, you can buy it online or in stores at Walmart. I think it's the best seasoning in the world, but does it make the Katsu Sando any better? Better. Thank you. Actually, do you think this is the best Wagyu Katsu Sando in the world? Yes. Let's go see if our next sandwich can somehow beat this. Next up is a French dip sandwich, made with thin sliced roast beef and a hot beef broth on the side for dipping. And for this sandwich, I brought along my friend Sean. Hey, what's going on, guys? Are you hungry? I'm hungry. You're welcome to it. Okay, let's do it. Just for quick context here, Hank also makes cooking videos online. One of your most popular videos ever was your French dip sandwich. Yeah, that's very true. And now you've literally made a restaurant that has possibly the most famous French dip in the world right now. Talk us through. We started with the baguette, arguably the most important part of any sandwich. Okay. This is Frenchette baguette, crusty and crunchy and rustic, but they're also that they smell nice. Question is, do they smell as good as Sean? I haven't sniffed Sean yet today. So we cut them in half. I'd imagine you need like an architecturally sound structure, right? Especially for a dip, right? You want a bread that's got the basis to be able to still be kind of crunchy and chewy after you dipped it. It's not just a soggy mess. Every morning this gets a little
But
bit
if I
better,
have to
and we
clean
cut
some
all
more
that
slime
out
at the
and
sink,
we sell out of
I'm gonna
that.
throw the whole bottle
First
away.
thing, get your bread nice.
The whole bottle away. It'll stop if you're gonna drain. If I clean more slime up out of that sink, I'm throwing it away.
Next step is caramelized onions. Each onion we reduce enough to where each sandwich has 2 onions. I think what I realized is the more caramelized an onion is, the better it is. Caramelized onions could be like, I just put onions in a pan of butter for 2 seconds, or they could be like, I spent 3 days waiting for these onions to caramelize. They're easily the most deeply caramelized onions I've ever seen. This is the most marbled meat you can get in America. It's rated by the USDA. It's like the top 1% most prime of prime ribs. So we cover it in compound butter. Compound butter's got sage, thyme, oregano, garlic, and rosemary. And it's softened and rubbed all over the part. Throw it in the oven, roast it, and then it goes in a deli slicer, and we shave it really, really thin. Now we just
Chopping on the back. You're alive. Bro, what? That didn't even. Someone got in my shorts. Oh no. Someone got in my pants. Oh, that's happened. It's broken. It's frozen, bro. That's hyperbole. Be dramatic. Like you being dramatic. Being hyperbole. But you're not smart, bro. You cry, bro. So I do have to come get you because you have crying issues. Why did Buzz have to the wrong one, man? 70? Sugar time.
Where's Patrick? I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I love potato chips. My company's so flexible.
Patrick, I'm out.
Where's Patrick? I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I love potato chips. My company's so flexible.
Patrick, I'm out.
If I got 200 views, I should have 200 likes. Why do y'all act like in the video? It's like me asking to donate a kidney. Y'all only give me celebrities so much love and praise and affection. They don't know you, man. They're rich.
Good heaven knows I'm a miserable.